Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And listen, man, first of all, I just want to say that I hope everybody enjoyed their Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody got to see their family. I hope everybody got to eat some good food and just enjoy themselves, man, and just be thankful for those soldiers that laid down their lives in order to protect our country, man. So salute to the soldiers, man, and I'm glad that everybody's alive, everybody's healthy, everybody's doing well. And I just want to give you a couple of quick updates real fast. So me personally, I had just dropped a video about DJ Wagner and, him basically probably going to Louisville, right? And I talked a little shit about Louisville in that video, and a lot of the Louisville fans that watched my video was really upset with me. They was getting at me. They was talking shit back to me, man, and I love it, man. So, first of all, I want to say shout out to y'all that watch my content. Shout out to the people that, engage in the comment section, people that's talking shit. Like, I love it, man. Kentucky and Louisville, we going to be going back and forth all season long, so get ready, man. But, to give y'all the update, I spent, a good majority of time, I was watching Nike's EYBL, or did I say that? EYBL, right? Elite Youth Basketball League. And DJ Wagner was playing in it. Bronny James was playing in it. And Robert Dillingham was playing in it, right? So I was pretty interested in checking those kids out, right? And the reason why is a lot of people are starting to speculate that Kentucky's probably going to get Robert Dillingham, right? He's supposed to announce, I think, June 24th, where he's committing to. And a lot of people are, speculating that he's probably going to announce Kentucky. So I just wanted to check the kid out. And I will say, I was pretty impressed with him, man. I really kind of like this kid, and I think he could end up being real good. And let me tell you why. Not to really just harp on the numbers, but he had some really big games. He had like a 27-point game, a 28-point game. He had two 20-point games, I believe. His lowest output was only 17 points. But in the game that he scored 17 points, he shot like 6 for 12 from the field. So even though he only had 17 points, he was still really efficient, right? And that's what you want to see. You want to see kids make a majority of the shots that they take. And when I was watching him, one thing I will say that I like about the kid, he kind of just has like a knack for scoring, right? And what I mean is, he just kind of seems like one of those kids that can just always get a shot. And I had heard some other people kind of compare him to Kyrie Irving. And, we don't want to jump out the window with that, right? We don't want to just start throwing out these comparisons to guys that's going to end their career as Hall of Famers to kids that haven't even played college basketball. But I can kind of see where they're going with the comparison. When you watch his game, he kind of does remind you of Kyrie Irving because he just kind of one of those real crafty, shifty ball handlers that just seems like no matter what space he's in, he can just figure out how to get a shot up. When he's driving to the basket, he can just, he can switch hands. He can finish up underneath the basket. He just seems like when he goes to the rim, he just has really good instincts to just get a shot off quickly. And when he's out on the floor, he's messing with the ball. He just seems like he can dribble. He can split defenders. He can pull up on his defender. Even, when he's being crowded, he still just seems like he can get up a shot, and he just seems like he knows how to score the basketball. And it's just like if you really watch the way he plays, he does favor Kyrie Irving to a degree. It actually just wouldn't shock me at all if he said Kyrie Irving is my favorite player, because it just seems like that's who he patterns his game after. I don't know if he does or not, but I'm really excited. And, a lot of people probably would rather have DJ, but DJ kind of he kind of had a bad weekend, right? And I haven't watched DJ enough to really decide if I think he's overrated or if he just was off, right? Because when you really hear people talk about DJ, they talk about DJ like he is the absolute truth, right? And one thing that I do think works in DJ's favor is that I think he might actually still only be 16 years old, right? So if you really look at it, he's a young man playing against some older kids. He might be playing against 17, 18, and 19-year-olds, right? So if you factor in he's playing above his age level, that's definitely going to help him. And, by the time he gets to the college floor, he might have improved a whole lot more. He may very well be number one recruit worthy, but he definitely had an off weekend. And sometimes it's just like, it's hard to tell if these kids is really mentally into it. Maybe they playing too many games. Sometimes they take some nights off, but overall, he really didn't impress that much. He had like 14 points, 2 games in a row. Then I think he actually had a breakout game. I think he might have had 27, which is kind of what you would expect from a guy that's supposed to be number one in his class. You expect him to have a couple of games where he does like high 20s or whatever. But he actually had one game where he had like 11, maybe another 14-pointer if I remember. But he just kind of seemed like he was a little passive for me, right? And I get it. He's a point guard. He's trying to make plays for his teammates. But I just kind of feel like he wasn't really as aggressive as I thought he would be. Because most of the time, when you see kids that are ranked number one overall, they're really aggressive with trying to score the ball. And it doesn't matter if they're a point guard all the way down to a center. Most of the time, they trying to get busy and get buckets, right? And I just really didn't see that from him. And the same with Bronny James. And I know that Bronny is only, I think he might be like ranked 30th. But, Bronny has so much hype. He's basically, they basically all but done put Bronny in the NBA, right? So when I'm looking at Bronny, I'm gauging him as somebody that everybody thinks is going to eventually be an NBA basketball player. And Bronny just seems like he don't really be into the game either. Like every once in a while, him and DJ would get a little aggressive, but for the most part, neither one of them shot the ball really well. And they just seemed like there was a whole bunch of points in the game where they just really wasn't playing hard. And I don't know, maybe they was jet lag or maybe they was worn out or, a lot of different things could factor into that. But one thing that I will say is I was impressed with Robert Dillingham. And I think if you haven't really paid attention to this kid, you should go check him out a little more and see what you think. Because at this point in the game, I'm kind of leaning away towards watching DJ because I kind of just feel like everybody else, like the kid is going to Louisville, right? And if he ends up going to Louisville, he's going to probably be playing against Robert Dillingham at Kentucky. So at the end of the day, we're going to figure it out. June 24th, Dillingham is going to make his decision. He's probably going to be a Wildcat, and that's probably going to end up being our point guard. And I like the kid, man. I actually think that he's going to be outstanding. I'm not sure if I can see one and done just yet, but he definitely looks like he's going to end up being one of those special point guards. And hopefully, because, Calipari's system is made for special point guards. So hopefully he'll come here, he'll thrive, he will be as good as advertised. And who knows, man, maybe him and DJ might come here together. Who knows? But anyways, to be honest with you, I kind of feel like DJ's going to Louisville, Robert's coming here, and these kids are going to be matched up, and have some epic battles at Louisville and Kentucky for as long as they're here. So anyways, y'all let me know, what do you think about these kids? Do you believe that we still got a chance with DJ? I don't, but you let me know what you think. And tell me, what do you think about Robert Dillingham, man? I love the kid, honestly. I want to check him out some more, and I want to see if it's legit, man. I really want to see. I'm going to start paying attention to him and see what he really does this next coming year. And hopefully he's going to be the next big thing in Kentucky. So we'll see, man. But y'all let me know, and we'll get back at it next time. Sports and Discourse. with Derek Stevenson.